All right. Well, we actually just finished up a recording that I was working on editing, but I have to call the Queen of Extreme back into our recording session. Sorry to interrupt your afternoon,
My
but
Geordie Shore program. Thanks a lot.
well, I apologize.
Okay.
When the episode comes out on Creative Control Network, there was quite a little bit of tension between the two of us because we did have a little bit of a back and forth about withholding of information as it relates to different stories, and I alluded to this story in that discussion we were having about knowing of the story that we're about to talk about earlier today involving former WWE superstar, Divas champion Melina, that was just reported by PW Elite, PW Insider. I knew about this a couple days ago, but it was told to me off the record, so I didn't want to really go into it. I had mentioned it on our recording. You were not happy about it. I did not go into it.
No,
But it had
no, I didn't argue about this. I argued about the
no. I alluded that I knew something else that wasn't reported.
Ah,
I had said that,
oh,
but
so there's two things. Wonderful.
yeah, this was the second thing. But it's been according to PW Insider Elite. Melina attended the WWE SmackDown event on Friday night. She was acting out and allowed. This is a loud manager getting into an argument, and according to one person, in a physical altercation after returning to the WrestleCon hotel. According to the report, hotel security had to intervene, and she was ordered off the property and not allowed to return to do her signings at WrestleCon.
So she was kicked out of WrestleCon.
She was kicked out of WrestleCon. This was Friday night that this happened.
So, okay, let me see if I'm following you. She went to the SmackDown taping. Is that what you said?
This says that according to PW Insider, yeah, I guess because they typed this so fast to get it out, it said there was a typo, but it says, according to PW Insider Elite, Melina attended the SmackDown event on Friday night. She was acting out in a loud manner, getting into an argument, and according to one person, a physical altercation after returning to the WrestleCon hotel.
See, that's very vague. Did she start this behavior at the SmackDown taping?
I guess at the SmackDown taping, she was acting out. And when she got back to the WrestleCon hotel, she was acting out in the physical manner. Now, That's where I can kind of enter the information that I had heard, was that there was indeed physicality that had been had by her at the WrestleCon hotel. There was physicality involving her and people in that hotel.
Was she fighting with fans? Was it the promoter? Like, do we know who she's fighting with?
Just according to what I had heard, it was people in the hotel. Security was involved. Security was indeed a part of the fracas, but there was physicality.
Was there alcohol involved? Do we know that?
Oh, there was alcohol involved.
There was alcohol involved. So she was inebriated.
Oh, she was inebriated.
Okay.
Okay. Allegedly. We'll just put the air quotes in because we weren't there. We were on the East Coast. Okay, we'll preface it again. We were as far away as friggin' possible on the East Coast.
Wow. I wonder. I mean, when you have a couple drinks, you can get a little loud and stuff. But I wonder, like, was she provoked in any way? Like, what was the argument over? That it doesn't say. I wonder what was going on.
I don't know. I mean, hey, WrestleMania weekend, WrestleCon, the busy time. We get ourselves a little worked up. I don't know. You've been there. Everybody's hanging out. Maybe everybody has a couple of pops. We get a little fun. But I don't know Melina personally. I've only met her once at a convention. She was with my buddy Nick. It was the only time I ever met her. She wrote a very lovely note to my daughter on an 8x10 that was very, very nicely written. That's the only interaction I ever had with her, so I can't tell you the first thing about Melina's personality.
So I've done a handful of conventions with her, and she's always been super sweet, very, very, very soft-spoken and nice, very good with the fans from what I've seen. I've never physically seen her, drunk or loud or obnoxious. I have heard stories in the past that had her name involved. But I take everything with a grain of salt because like you said, we weren't there. So I didn't see it firsthand. But when you say altercation or physicality, that makes me think like, did somebody try and touch her first? Like what would provoke her, or was she even provoked? Was she just, maybe so drunk that she was just way too rowdy for the room? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's a sweetheart though. Like I always got along with Melina, and she's always been very, very nice and very, very good with the fan base. So this is disturbing to me. I wish I knew a little more about what happened, and since that's out, maybe we'll get more bits and pieces. But like we've been trying to cover things as they hit, and that's the only information that's out right now. So we're just reporting what we know.
Excuse me. And what I was told was that this was kind of known over the weekend, but took a back seat to the story with Giselle and Rick Steiner.
Okay. So now that that drama has died down a little bit, they need something else to talk about, so they're bringing this up.
I think essentially in like a 2023 news cycle, yeah, that's exactly right. You hit the nail right on the head. They needed the new story, and if people knew this from over the weekend, it's like they didn't want to waste it, and that sucks, and that's really messed up.
It sucks, especially since there's so many like holes to the story. We don't know what caused it, what exactly happened, who was involved. Like there's a lot of missing pieces. So I would like to know the full story. Again, if anybody knows anything, drop it in the comments. But this one I'm kind of in the dark about, because I'm hearing it the same as everybody, real time. Everybody who's reading the sheets, it just broke. You just texted me 5 minutes ago, and I just ran to my office to record this with you. So I don't know. It's unfortunate. Now, does she make a ton of appearances? Is this going to hurt her in the long run? I mean, is she banned from future WrestleCon appearances? I mean, this is kind of heavy. If it stemmed at SmackDown, but then she came over and started things at the WrestleCon hotel, and they wouldn't even let her sign. Was it the night before? So she wouldn't be signing until the next day. It's odd that she was banned. Something bad must have happened that they said you can't come the next day. You know what I mean? Like if the fight was a Friday night, everybody's at the bar or whatever, or, these conventions, everybody hangs in the lobby because all the fans want to see glimpses of their favorite superstars walking through, to get to their rooms and stuff. If she came back, had a fight, was brought to her room or escorted wherever she was escorted to by security, and then told not to come the next day, something heavy must have went down. Because you don't get banned from WrestleCon for just, looking at somebody crooked.
Yeah, and she was probably brought in by a promoter. So then that promoter then is out, hit the money that he paid. This is
right.
It's exactly what we were talking about with Rick Steiner.
Right.
But also maybe this was an instance where the hotel asked her and said, she is not welcome in this hotel. You got to get her out. Maybe this wasn't did it say, did I read it? Did WrestleCon throw her out, or was it the hotel that threw her out?
I didn't hear.
Did I read that?
I'm not sure. I just remember you saying she wasn't allowed to sign the next day, if I'm correct.
Let me just read that again.
What a mess.
Hotel security had intervened. She was ordered off the property, not allowed to return to do her signings at WrestleCon. So that could be the hotel would not allow her back in the building, thus not allowing her to do her signings at WrestleCon, or WrestleCon was like, nope, take your sachet that you do and get out of here.
So the host hotel was also using the ballrooms to sign, correct?
Yes, from what I believe.
Okay, so she was
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were double dipping as the home hotel for the people who were staying there,
Yeah.
as well as the signings.
Which I love, by the way, because that's so convenient.
Well,
It's so-
for the promoters that took care of their guests.
Yes.
You know, the other
9
ones are
times
like
out of 10, I'm usually at the host hotel, which is great.
the other ones are
Um,
looking at their itineraries, being like, "It's how many miles away from
I
the
have
hotel?
to Uber 8.4 miles away.
You're not picking this up? What?"
Exactly. Yeah, that's a bitch for sure.
But yeah, that isn't that a kick in the nuts? I mean, wow. And I wonder if the promoter's like, well, I'm not going to give you your money. Like, is she out the money? Did she get paid in advance? Is
Yeah,
she not
was
going to
there a
give the money
deposit?
back?
We don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
We don't know. What a sad story. Man, you know, the one WrestleCon that I miss in years and all of this stuff goes down. The ones I go to are pretty
quiet. Nothing happens. We're just sitting around, you know. I stay home and shit hits the fan. Like,
Yeah, and they were gonna put you right next to all this stuff. You're gonna be right there next to it all. You would have been right in between
and
everybody.
you would have said, "Why didn't you take out your phone and
Yeah,
film?"
where
I
was the
not
camera?
professional.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sad for Melina. I feel bad. Like I really like her. She's a really nice girl. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. You know, maybe do a part 2 if other stories come out. I guess for right now, that's all we got. So, yeah, I don't think there's an update.
No, this literally just.
That's it.
I mean, yeah, this just came out.
Yeah. Sad news coming from WrestleCon again. Let's have a good story out of WrestleCon. Let's make it the third one
A better story, because man,
I'm sure there's a couple of the boys that had some great stories coming out of WrestleCon. Like,
yeah,
they can't sit on their wallets today because they grow 3 inches when they sit down.
I talked to Fonzie today, and he said he had a great weekend there.
There's a positive
there's
story.
a positive. So him, RVD, and Sabu, they said they killed it. They had a great weekend. So I was just like, that's great. I'm happy for you. You know, I like to see people do well. But I feel bad. Geez, I wish I knew more. But I don't. So if anybody listening or watching was at WrestleCon and you know something, drop it in the comments. Let us know. I'm sure more will break. You know, as the hours go on or the days go on, maybe we'll even get a quote from Melina herself. Who knows? But until then, again, it's all speculation. We just are reporting what we heard. So, damn.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. So, well, again, we'll check you if anything else comes out. But until next time, for that Queen of Extreme, this is the Chadster. We'll catch you on the flip side.
YouTube, it's the Queen of Extreme, Francine, letting you know that starting April 1st, YouTube will be the home for the Eyes Up Here experience. Along with my co-host Chad, we will be bringing you the best interviews with the hottest stars from wrestling and the entertainment industry. Plus, channel members get access to exclusive video content that includes watch-alongs and much, much more. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get the notifications, and I hope to see you at our next live.